happening? It's Andrea. I'm back with another Sew With Me for the Christmas Memories quilt that came in our 2024 Bella Rose Quilt Society subscription. I'm going to link Bella Rose down below in the description box. She has the bi-monthly prescription. She has the bi-monthly subscription, the fantastic Christmas Advent. She is taking orders for 2025 now, if you want to grab that. This is Clue 4 ornament block. Now, we're going to make 12 of these. Let's see how many we can get done in this video. Usually her blocks of the month take me 2 to 3 videos to do. Let's start with the ornament bauble. The hanger. So that's going to be E. And H. Oh, this way, I bet. Yes. Whew. 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 It's going to go on each side. I hope I have enough of these for each side. Should be 12 in total, since we're making 12 ornaments. What are you doing up here, A? Get back where you go. Now, she did send me her kit for these. It's all scrappy fabric. I had tons left over. These freaking nails. They are hindering my progress. Impeding. There, that's the word I was looking for. They are impeding my progress. I've really got to go get them done. Nail salon is crazy busy though. Me and Mom went to the Chinese restaurant that's next door to my nail salon and it was packed out. And I'm guessing it's everyone using their Christmas gift cards. So I definitely don't want to get caught in that mad rush. No, sorry, Bob. I was going to make my dumplings today. I had all intensive purposes. I had all intents and purposes, right, to make it. And then I left the chicken in the freezer. So, there goes dumplings tonight. I did put the chicken in the fridge to start defrosting, so maybe I can make it in the next few days. I guess it's leftovers for supper. Either that, or I'm either going to eat my leftovers from HelloFresh, the pasta, or the Chinese food, or I think I might make a bologna sandwich, a cold bologna sandwich with mayo, Miracle Whip to be exact, just bologna and Miracle Whip on soft white bread, and I've got some plain Lay's and I've got some cheese dip, and that sounds like a freaking to me. That sounds freaking amazing. Let me cut all these apart, and I'm going to press them to the silver. I'm assuming. I'm not even looking. Yes. We are pressing to the silver. BRB. Okay, now we're going to go back the other way and put these on the other side. I think I might be getting arthritis in this thumb right here. This knuckle right here aches a lot. And that's not my scrolling thumb. This is my scrolling thumb. So if it was from scrolling, it'd be this guy, not this guy. I'm just happy most of my twanging went away when I started that. When I started my hormone replacement treatment, those sharp twinges I used to get through here when I was sewing have completely stopped. Knock on wood. Isn't that weird? It's crazy. Apparently low estrogen affects your tendons. I was pretty sure that was tendonitis I was experiencing. Won't be too long, y'all. We'll be at Florida. Stella and I are going to Universal Studios and SeaWorld. It's January 13th. That whole week, that whole business days week will be gone. Monday to Friday. Sam declined to partake in the festivities. I don't think he really cares much about theme parks. When we went to Disney, he was tired of it. Probably day 3, he stopped participating. He started just waiting for us to get off the rides, and he brought a book. So he was like, I'm over this. I'm ready to leave. So we said we were going to go to Universal and see what he was like. I'll set this one out. Less money for me. Cheaper. I miss him though. He was a huge help to me when we went to Disney. He rubbed my feet every single night, y'all. He rubbed my feet. He's such a good boy. He got so mad at me the other day though. So furious. He gets so mad. I can't help it. I think it's freaking hilarious, but I'm going to try not to do it. He gets mad when I go in there and he's playing his games with his friends, and they can hear me, right? And if I say something embarrassing, he gets really angry at me. So I went in there and I said, what you doing? He's like playing games with Brendan, which is his friend, like in a little warning look at me, you know, letting me know his friends could hear me type thing. And so I told him what I wanted to say. I can't remember why I went in there, but I decided at the last minute. And I kind of whispered it too. Because I said, guess what? I finally figured out how to twerk. He was so mad. Y'all, I laughed until I was crying. Why does that make him so mad? Such a mean mama. I did kind of think I learned how to twerk. I've been working on it. I cannot do it to save my life. Now I'll just shake my butt real fast and see if that works. And he gets really mad on me and Stella trying to twerk. All right, next we have D. And G. We're going to put G on both sides. Yeah, this is like sparkly, grungy looking fabric. See the sparkle in it, but it's also kind of discolored like a grunge. I like it. Ooh, it's getting pretty warm in here. I'm going to turn the fan towards me. It has been so unseasonably warm. And January is usually our coldest month, like ice storms galore. But I think it was colder yesterday. It was like 50. And that's like the coldest it's been. But today it's, I think it's in the mid 60s. Last year we went to Disney the same time of year. That's when I like to go because it's a lot less crowds and it's a lot cooler. But anyway, we totally lucked out with our missed school days because the entire week we were gone, they were out of school for winter weather. The kids had a whole vacay. 0 missed days, 0 missed homework. So that was awesome. I hope we have the same luck this year. This summer, I'm hoping we can go to the beach again because it's been a hot minute since we went to the beach. And I used to take them every year. But since we took the big Disney trip and now the big Universal trip, we didn't take summer vacays those 2 years. So this upcoming summer, I think we're going to go back to Gulf Shores. Stella really wants to go to Branson again now. For some reason, my kids love freaking Branson. I mean, it's okay. We don't watch shows or nothing. I'm not into shows. They're not into shows. They like to do all the museums, the Titanic, the Ripley's. They have a really cool science museum there now for all ages, like interactive, and it's like 3 stories tall. Last time we went, it had just opened, and we spent hours there and still didn't do everything. So that's something else. They got some really good restaurants there. Branson's an expensive vacation to take, though. Surprisingly, everything is very uppriced. Branson, Missouri, that is, if you're not familiar. I think this time, next time we go, though, they do have an aquarium there that's really cool that recently opened. But I hear tell that the Bass Pro, that's like an hour away in Missouri, we're doing that this year. I mean, next time we go. They are supposed to have one of the best aquariums around, period. And they have a Landry's. Not Landry's, I'm sorry. The Throne Rolls. We always go in Gulf Shores too. The Lambert's. There's one in Gulf Shores and there's one in Branson. I think those are the only 2. There might be one more, but I think those are the only 2. And I'd like to go also over in Missouri, not too terribly far, is the Laura Ingalls Wilder's homestead, where she and Manzo lived. They have the house still there that Manzo built, where they lived when they were older. They have turned it into museums, like her pa's fiddles there. I love Little House on the Prairie. The books I'm referring to. I dug the show too, don't get me wrong. But the show was totally different than the books. I mean, they used some of the same characters and did some of the storylines from the book, but mostly they went their own direction. You know, stuff that wasn't even in the book at all. But anyway, I like to go there. I love those books. I've read them multiple times. My favorite one's Farmer Boy, which is the second one, which is Almanzo's story. All the other books are telling about her. For some reason, there's a standalone Farmer Boy in the series that she's not in at all. It's all about Almanzo's family. And it's so interesting. They were a totally different socioeconomic status than Laura and her family. Were poverty stricken. But Almanzo's family would probably be considered millionaires in today's standard. They had a huge farm and equipment and high standing in community, and you know, it was just, and the way she writes, it's just, I love that she goes into great detail telling about the food they would make, how they would make their clothing. She goes into great details about the daily life back in the 1800s, whether for her as a pioneer, him, you know, all stayed in the same place, and the chores and how school was and the other kids. It's just so interesting to me. I love it. And they're funny. They're so funny too. Some of their stories will just have me rolling. They tell about how they stored their food for winter, the preparations, bringing in the stock, training the horses, etc. It's just so cool. All right, we have those. I'll put them with these. And I just used this white is from my stash. She didn't give me the background, just the accents. She's hammering it out, isn't she? Dun, 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 dun. She's a hard-working man, trying to make a living and doing the best I can. And when it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand that I was born a rambling man. it's time for leaving, I hope you'll understand that I was born a friend. I tell you, when I was doing my Ancestry, my mother is the worst historian for her family. She doesn't know, and doesn't remember, and doesn't care about crap when I ask her. So I had to find all the information out myself and tell her. She didn't know the stuff I found. Anyway. What the heck was I going to tell y'all? Oh, anyway, I tracked down relatives all over the country, one of which was a cousin of mother's, an older, or a cousin, I should say a cousin of my grandmother's, not my mother. Anyway, and she was in Memphis, so we stopped and saw her at her residential. She was living in an assisted living facility. It was so nice, too. She was in her 90s and fully there. She told me so much cool stuff about the family. And she gave me a bunch of stuff she had that was from Huda, which was my grandmother's grandmother. So my great-great. She had her war rations books, which were fascinating. This World War, well, probably 1 and 2. Her son died in World War I in France. And she had her ship passage and stuff where the government paid for the mothers to go see their kids' final resting place in France. And so she went on a big boat to go see his grave. And then she gave me her like bank books and bank statements and stuff. And they lived in Piggott, Arkansas, which is about 45 minutes from here. Tiny, tiny town. I was telling y'all about, that's where the fair Ernest Hemingway Museum is, because he lived there with his wife at one point, one of his wives in Piggott. Same time my great-great-grandmother lived there. So this was the 40s. Her bank book was from the 40s. And y'all, guess how much money she had in her bank account? Like $45,000. What? Like $45,000 in the 40s, y'all. I looked up, like, how much is that today? She was freaking loaded, like 3 or 4 times, like, 4 times the amount equivalent to today, something like that. And they lived in this tiny little house, never spent a dime. Mom was shocked that she was filthy rich. Like, oh my gosh. She was actually hit by a car and killed. Tragically, horribly. What a horrible way to go, right? They had so much tragedy in that family. She was hit by a car and killed. Her husband was a newspaper writer. So that's another thing. She told me about the children. Mom had no idea about what happened to her children. Other than, you know, there was Malcolm, which is my great-grandmother. Malcolm was my grandmother's mother's name. She was her, and then she had a brother that was killed in World War I, whose son was killed in World War I. Her other daughter committed suicide by drinking Lysol. Mom knew none of this. And I have the article that her dad wrote for the newspaper after his daughter killed himself with the Lysol. She had just got married, moved out. I think she was like 18 or something. I'll tell you in a second. And I got all this from the cousin, the 90-something-year-old cousin. She ran in the house one day, went straight to the bathroom, under the sink, picked up like ammonia or Lysol or some cleaning product and downed it. Died in her brother's arm in the bathroom. Immediately. The family blamed new husband. Something happened with new husband. What? I don't know. Bless that poor woman. Could you imagine? And then Malcolm, my great-grandmother, ended up with Alzheimer's and died kind of pretty early. I think she had early Alzheimer's. Mom says she just remembers, I think Mom said the only memory she really has of her is when her mind was already gone. So there's the third sad ending. But my cousin said she was a super successful woman. Malcolm, she worked, and which was very unusual for this time. This would probably be in the 20s or 30s. No, probably the 30s or 40s, or I don't know. Anyway, they owned a business store. She worked in the furniture. She was like businesswoman of the year and crap in Memphis. She was very successful. I love the Ancestry stuff. Love all that stuff. It's just so interesting to me, which I love history. I found so many cool stories like that though, researching my tree. It's just the tip of the iceberg of the stories. And my other side of the family, my dad's side, I found much more about them. But anyway, oh yeah, I had one relative that I found was arrested. I might have told y'all this one, and I just found it was so funny. This was 1800s, probably, and he was arrested because he met up with some man. They were both drunk out riding horses or something in the middle of the night. They were drunk. And so someone called my ancestor, what they call him, a damn rascal. And them's fighting words. My ancestor stabbed that man for calling him a damn rascal. And he was fined like $1. He didn't kill him, thank goodness. And they said his fine was like $1 or something. Oh my gosh. We're about halfway into our video. All right, there's all the hangers. What the heck heck is all this for? Oh, I see. I see. All right, let's start making our ornaments now. I kind of worked backwards. I already went through all of my pieces and paired up what I wanted my ornaments to consist of. So we've got the two side units. We're basically making a frame around. Jump up, and jump down. Jump, 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 jump. You damn rascal. I already told y'all the other story that my great aunt told me, which was my granddaddy's side. His sister told me all about how our family come to Arkansas, and we got here because a dad followed his daughter and husband down here. He was abusive. He would beat her up. And apparently, from what Aunt Anna said, he told him, if you do that again, you know, to my daughter, we'll kill you. And the guy fled with her and the kids and came down to Arkansas from Indiana. They followed him down here. So that's how we came here. This was probably the 20s when my dad's family came down here. Dude. She was the stepmom. She was the second wife. The first wife died. But she came down here with him, and he ended up, you know, trying to kill the family, as predicted. And they were all huddled and hiding, I think in the kitchen or something, and he was back in the back with his biological son, trying to kill him. Apparently his biological son got the gun and killed the dad. Instead, he had to go to prison for a few years, not for life or anything, but a few years. And Anna says she remembers going to the trial when she was quite little. And she just recently died, and she was in her mid-90s. All right, then with the longer pieces, go on the top. These are gonna go together very easily. I'm gonna try to finish these in this video. I don't know if we'll be able to though. To let it run over a little bit, I will, but if it's going to be too much over, we'll do it tomorrow video. We'll finish it tomorrow. I think I'm planning on putting this up tonight, which is 5:30. I need to hurry. Yo, we had fun last night for New Year's Eve. This is New Year's Day, yeah, today's New Year's Day. It's going to be up tonight. But anyway, the kids and I watched Mrs. Doubtfire. We started at like 10:30. We watched Mrs. Doubtfire until midnight, and then I made popcorn. I had never made this before, and I've had it, y'all, this probably been in my cabinet for at least 2 years. It was Pop Pop. Is a silicone popcorn bowl, and it came with 3 packets of popcorn that's already seasoned, like kernels. I have never made it. We ate all 3 of them that night. I ate 1 bowl, Sam ate 2. It was so good. I'm ordering more. I'll unbox it and show y'all when it comes. Y'all, it's so good. It was so good. Then we had Welch's sparkling grape juice in wine glasses. Fake wine, we like to call it. had 4 bottles. Everyone was consumed. And then I went to bed. The movie wasn't over yet, but after midnight I was like, see ya, deuces. The kids stayed up and finished the movie. When I got up, it looked like we had had a real throwdown party out there. There was wine glasses, there was empty wine bottles. It was hilarious. Of course, it was all grape juice. But it was a successful New Year's Eve. There's an ornament, but we're going to snowball all 4 corners. So we'll set that to the side and go on to the next. Or should I finish them as I go? That makes it more interesting because I don't think we're probably going to be able to finish this video. So let's just keep going. F. Snowball. She also has instructions in the pattern. If you didn't want to do a fabric in a frame, you could just do the fabric in one piece. Make it a solid ornament. Corner to corner down the middle. All 4 corners. Okay, once you get them all 4 on, trim about 1/4 of an inch away from your stitch. Of course, you could also do designs in the center section, like a pinwheel or something, if you wanted to. Sky's the limit. The only limit is your imagination. cute? Now we put this guy on. Right, I think that's it. I use the same fabric for the frames as for the center, and then just, you know, mixed it up. Press to the block. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see what she says. Oh, no, she's saying press to the hanger. I'll do that next time. There's one. Let's go on to the next two. I love this little lamb fabric. Cutie patootie. Apparently, I like this combo so much, I did it twice. This just brings me so much joy. I just want y'all to know I'm so happy right now. When I realized, hey, it's time to sew, my heart literally leapt with joy. Oh, it's so fun. And I've really enjoyed this quilt too. It's been a lot of fun to make. And I am going to make her other one from the Advent sometime. I may start it right after this one's finished. We'll see. Just make sure that you put how you want it oriented, because, you know, I want it hanging this way where the houses are the right way up. Make sure you do that when you're putting these, if there is a direction, you know. There's 12 ornaments in total. Oh, I wish I would have got that one the right way up. I wasn't paying attention to the sides. Usually I don't pay attention to directional with the scrappy girl mentality. Yeah, I have to admit I was kind of excited that I didn't get the chicken out and have to make dumplings because I could come in here and sew. It's like, oh, too bad. Oh, so sad. Guess I have to go sew. Proud I cooked all my HelloFresh meals. By the way, I've got tons of free boxes for HelloFresh. If you want one, grab it under that HelloFresh video. Cancel anytime. Cute. I love that. No crib for a bed. A little Lord Jesus lays down his sweet head. That's the only words I know of that song. Doing them two at a time. Keep it interesting. Trim and press. It's definitely gonna take us another video. Definitely. Hopefully just one more. We've only done 4 ornaments. We're not even done with 4 ornaments. But the next one will go quicker because we did do all the hangers. The hangers took 30 minutes to do. And then it took us 30 minutes to do 4 ornaments. So that means next video we'll probably get 8 ornaments, which should be finished. So yeah, that works out. That works, mi amigo. Mi amiga. Ornament tops. Make sure it's facing the way I want it to face. It is. And put on the hanger. Get the kids to take the Christmas tree down today. That would be a Christmas miracle. Y'all, I didn't like this fabric at first. I'm really digging it in the ornaments. And the green with it just pops, makes it, the seam pop. Don't you agree? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these off with my block on the side. I'm making scrappy crossroads. I use this as leaders and enders. And here's the reverse. Not as striking. Not as striking. Yeah, not as striking. That's all I can say about that. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, guys. Subscribe if you like to watch Sew With Me. I'll see y'all at the next one.